Today we're going to break down how you can get in early on Polkastarter projects. Polkastarter, or ticker symbol POLS, P-O-L-S, is built in the Polkadot ecosystem, hence the name Polkastarter. It's basically a launch pad for different blockchain projects to come onto, get some capital flowing, and we've seen massive success with this. As you'll see here in a minute, we're going to jump into my screen and actually show you kind of my at least top three places to go to keep up to date. We're going to talk about their Medium kind of area, and then where they post like monthly updates. We're going to analyze that, how they have nice KPIs, key performance indicators, breaking down the growth of different projects. The ETH that has been raised in all these projects is crazy. You'll get to see that here in a second. And then we go into their actual official site where it's Web 3.0. You can connect your MetaMask and actually input the POLS token if you want to provide liquidity to each pool. So each project has a different pool. We'll also show you kind of how you can see the past projects that were being funded, the current projects, which as of time of recording this, they're all sold out, like they're all 100% funded, and then how you can actually see the upcoming projects and how you can basically, a framework at least we kind of provide is like this SLED framework, which we'll talk about, how you can keep up to date, study these, and not get into a bad one. It's very, very important to do your own research. We always have that video linked down below, how to build your own strategy, doing your own research, reading the white paper, understanding fundamentals, sentimentals, and technicals. And then lastly, we talk about kind of my number one source. If you want like minute by minute updates and daily updates, I think you'll enjoy that one. So let's jump right into it. A great way to keep up with the Polkadot ecosystem, new polls that are coming out, is first on Medium. They have this great Medium site where you can follow with their monthly updates. This is January 2020, kind of recapping this month. And then they also, something we'll cover is actually their website where you can get into pools. There are currently no available pools at the time of recording this, but as always, I'll have everything linked in the description, and you can go check for yourself at the time you're watching this if they have pools open. We'll show you here in the next tab how you can enter those, and then lastly, we'll kind of wrap it up with how I personally keep up to date with them, kind of a simple method where you can get notified of like short-term partnerships, anything like this that can have an impact on price if you're holding the POLS token, and can kind of help you decide, via sentimental analysis, whether you want to get in or out of the POLS token. So yeah, let's dive right in. So basically, the way they do these articles, I really, really like. They kind of start with an introduction. Polkastarter's momentum keeps building. This month was all about scale and building out more and more capability for users and more projects to fundraise on our platform. So I think it's quite interesting. They've enabled over 10 projects to raise capital from thousands of unique backers. They also have 300 applications from projects. I think this is nice because you can see that they don't just allow anyone to get on. They are very picky with who they allow on and who they basically allow fundraising for. So in total, 3,144 in ETH has been raised on Polkastarter since the launch for 18 innovative new projects on the blockchain. Quite interesting. They talk about, if you're a new project, you want to hop on, you can actually send your application, all these different things, business model. And yeah, so this is quite interesting in my opinion. Let's see. So they also have, let's see, I think this is who they're hiring, correct? Yeah. So yeah, these are basically all their updates as far as project and technology. I think they're hiring a couple different positions, and I thought this was quite interesting to take a look at. But really, what I like in these articles is these kind of like their individual breakdowns of KPIs, or key performance indicators. So, for example, this is like marketing awareness and community. They always have this chart up. You can go back to like the December update, the February or the November updates, all these different updates. They break it down in this very, very easy to understand manner. Apologies. Let's see. So over 260,000 unique visitors on their website. That's always important. It's because the website directly, it's Web 3.0, so it directly hooks up to your MetaMask account. And then they have like this kind of in the news. They were ranked let's see, 13 on Crypto Differ. Yes, this is quite interesting. I mean, you have to take into account like Dogecoin is number 3. So yeah, take that as you will, but it's quite interesting. This is what I like. So the featured pools, they kind of break down, paid network, book cover, Yop. Like Yop, paid did very well, Yop did very well. Mutual did incredibly well. I don't know a ton about book cover and Butterfly. Let me know in the comments if you know about these projects. This is so interesting. So it's like 60 ETH for Butterfly, 53 for Bridge Mutual, eMoney 120 ETH, paid network 54 ETH, poker cover 60 ETH, Yop 36 ETH. And again, These are limited sales, but basically what this is showing you is how you can get in early and really understand kind of like you want to keep up to date with them. And then once you're like kind of on the train, you're seeing these projects doing well, then the next opportunity that's available, you can do the research for the project, get in with the Pulse token, and you'll kind of be on the road. It's kind of like you have to think about it as like they're kind of like a sled moving downhill. It's going faster and faster and faster. You're at the beginning, you're at the top of the hill and you're trying to catch up to it. Once you can run, you're like parallel with it and you're running with it, you can hop on the sled and then you can go with them. But if you don't do this properly, you're gonna fall over and like break your back. I don't know, running down the hill because what's gonna happen is a lot of people are gonna get into the wrong project and kind of like FOMO in. We did a video on how to deal with FOMO and FUD. I highly recommend you check that out. But yeah, it's so important to understand that although projects are doing very well on this, sorry, you really have to do your own research and really understand what the next project is, and then you can hop on. As it's kind of moving downhill, these are kind of all the places you have their token available. Let's hop over to the actual Polkastarter platform. That way you can see how this works. Currently, like I said, all the pools are filled, but like this is an individual pool, for example. So their website's quite simple, but the main function obviously is the pools. So like the future pools here are the ones that are coming up, and the total raise, for each of these is kind of delivered right here. So Dow Ventures is 12 days away. Again, at time of recording this, I'm not sure exactly when this will be posted, but again, I'll have the link in the description. You can check out what's upcoming, what's current. But I mean, these things get filled so fastly. I mean, you can see, or quickly rather. You can see if you just click over here on the pools button. I mean, everything is filled. Like there are no current pools at the time of recording this that you can get into even if you wanted to. Everything is filled. There was one on this list. I mean, it's taking a second here to load, but there was one on this list, like I think on tab 4, that closed before it got 100% full. Like these ones, again, the reason it says 0 is because this is loading, like you can see here, because it's a lot to like aggregate this data. But the point here is the reason that I'm showing you that is because these things sell out quick. I mean, you have to have a certain amount of pulse for each one, and they sell out very quickly. So I would highly recommend kind of, again, learning this, kind of watching the sled go down the hill before you try and jump on and hurt yourself, kind of observing how a launch goes. So maybe like, you're going to pick Dow Ventures, 12 days away from time of recording this. This video will definitely be out by then. So this one won't be released. Maybe by the time I'm recording this, these two will be out. And you can see how they went, like how quickly they went. So with all these, the access is private, so that means you're going to have a certain amount of pulse allocation to get into these. And total raise is again 200K. Minimum allocation, that's kind of the things with, again, each of these projects. We're not quite sure how much these are going to be, but as long as you hold the pulse token and you sign up for this this pool, you should be able to get in. So again, look at just all these are very full. Everything that has been launched on here has done incredibly well. I mean, you can see there's only really like one project, again, on like the very last page that just closed early. I also highly recommend you entering your email here so you can stay up to date with them. Typically, you don't want to say like sign up for things like if it's a shopping site, but I mean, this is like being an accredited investor, but being able to not only get in companies, but on like cryptocurrency projects. And lastly, we're going to wrap it up here with their Twitter page, which is very important to analyze, because even though it might not seem like it, I highly recommend even just making a new Twitter just to follow projects that you're interested in getting in like private sales on. So like Polkastarter is one where like you can follow it and actually use the notifications for this. If you really are into this and you're doing this like full time, you can kind of understand how this is all going to go down. They do nice updates. Yep. So let's see. Taking a look at Dex tools. Yeah. So I mean, they publish really important things. I personally think on their ecosystem, and yeah, interesting things here like this little GIF here with the dog, like how amazing everything has been going. But yeah, keep up to date with them there. Also check out their GitHub, and yeah, anything like that. I mean, the Polkadot ecosystem in general has been crazy, and I really see Polkastarter as kind of like this springboard for new projects to launch out of this, which it literally is.
And yeah, so also check out the POLS token. We won't cover that in this video, but we have done a video in the past about it. Let me know in the comments what else you want to see on me cover from Polkastarter. If you want to see me actually personally invest in one of these projects, just let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. As always, like, subscribe button all, invest global, and until next time.